Welcome to the Astonishingly Odd Podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you're listening to us on audio platforms, we are on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Deezer, all of those. I go by the name of Astonish, and I'm surrounded by my brothers. To the left of me, Javito.
Peace.
And to the left of him, we got Reap in the building, y'all.
What's good?
Chris Ill and High Speed, they not here because guess what? That been the ongoing theme of the last 2 episodes. But look, when a man go down, man, people step up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We here.
The
It's
pod
how we
continues,
do.
baby. The pod continues. Javi,
Yep.
how was your week, man?
Can't complain. Life is good. Did a lot last week, especially like on Wednesday. I remember everything just kind of stacked up on me. My schedule was like wake up at 7, go to physical therapy 7:30, go to the doctor at 8, go to work, and then I had to go do some other stuff, play basketball, a whole bunch of stuff. But can't complain. We had the 4th of July.
Yes,
Yeah.
Went to a barbecue, had a good time. A shout out to Jerry. Always a good time. And then I just kind of kicked it on the weekend. Stayed at home. Didn't do much.
Okay. Well, if your week was bad, would you tell us?
It'd have to be pretty bad for me to just complain about my week. Like some terrible shit had to happen. But I can't think of anything. It was my grandma's 95th birthday too on the 4th of July.
Ooh, 95.
95. That's
Yes.
crazy.
Yes,
That's
sir.
a blessing.
My mom went over to Mexico. My aunts, it was a nice little barbecue they had on the 4th of July for my grandma's 95th. I don't even think like what my life would be like past like 80, 85,
I don't
90.
even think that far.
Right.
80. That's crazy.
I'm hoping to get to 95, especially when
Yeah,
when you
exactly.
have kids late, you know what I'm saying? It's like you want to
Yeah.
live as long as you can, you know?
Brother, I know exactly what you're
Yeah.
talking about. I think about that a lot now.
Yeah, that's a constant thought in my mind all the time. It's
Like,
like,
how
man, I
long?
hope I live long life.
Just thinking that makes you appreciate today. Like I'm not there yet. I'm just right now healthy. Everything's good. My mind's there. My body's there. And it's just like I enjoy life just knowing that one day I'm going to be like 98, hopefully, God willing, you know?
You
And
know,
I'm,
so-
I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, it's like 45. I'm 45, right? I'm gonna be 46. So
Yeah.
it's like me living another 45
A whole nother
years,
life.
you
Just
know
think
what I'm
about
saying?
that.
Like,
How life can change and everything you've seen in the last 45 years, double it.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
yeah.
It's funny because I was just talking about this, but like before having kids, I was like, I really didn't kind of care what happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm not saying I wanted anything to happen to me, but like I just kind of lived life carefree. I really didn't see past when I was younger. I used to think I'm not gonna live past like 23.
I know. We got that embedded in us for some reason. It's like 25, 26. It's like, damn, I made it. I'm old.
And then like when I hit 23, like I was like, I felt invincible, damn near. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, man, I made it past what I was supposed to be, and I stopped kind of caring, and now it's like a daily thing, like little things, because I'm easily triggered. I promise you, very easily triggered.
That's true. I see.
And like I've had to have a lot more patience and calm myself down a lot more than what I used to be because they pop into my mind, and I'm always thinking about like, man, I gotta make it to the next day. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
just gotta make it to the next day because ain't no way I'm trying to let my kids be out here without their father. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's a constant thing and just thinking about, especially because we had children late. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, how much time do I got? My mom had me when she was 16.
Yeah.
You know, I basically grew up with her.
Yeah.
And my kid's not gonna have that same type of story. I'm praying to God my knees hold up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm praying to God when they get good at basketball, I can still beat them.
Yeah.
You know, but time will tell.
Yeah.
I got a nephew that I'm waiting on to. He's like 12 right now. I'm waiting for him to turn just like 18 so I could like really play him. Because right now I'm holding back. I'm like, yeah, I'm the older uncle that hoops, but I'm waiting for him to turn 18 so I can beat him for real. Things you're looking forward to.
Yeah. You're going to lose just like our rematch. You're going to lose.
This man swears he's going to beat me in basketball.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, we're going to have to record that then.
man, we should, bro.
Yeah.
We should.
That's gonna be a commercial break.
Listen,
Let's skip to the game.
We could fast forward and just see all my shots going. Game over.
Look, I beat Javy my whole entire life. I can't think of a time that he's ever won.
I've won a couple of times. Majority, I'll give him the majority of the times he'd win just because he was willing to sacrifice his body way more than I was. We were playing against the fence, and like sometimes he'd go for the rebound and just jam it against his ribs, and I'm like, I don't want the ball that bad. It's okay. So for that reason, he would win.
For that reason.
For that reason, just because he wanted it more.
The only reason.
He wanted it more.
Listen, bro. I don't even remember him winning the couple of days. Maybe it happened. It's possible.
We're going to have to get a little trophy.
But the thing is, I was just telling Javy this other day too. He's beat me the last 2 times. And the first time he beat me, I was supposed to win that. I lost on a blown layup that I make 99% of the time. Not 99% of the time.
Back in the day.
And bro, like those last 2 losses, and the very last one that I took, it was in front of my girl.
Oh,
I don't know why he brought her. It was just
he said, I don't know why you brought her.
It was like
I should have kept it home.
And it was bad. That wasn't the day we ate the pizza.
No, the first day we almost lost was because I had just ate this hot spicy pizza.
We both
it was like
did.
95 degrees outside. We shouldn't have been playing, but my ego, and he knows how to like poke at it and shit. So it's like, all right, let's play. I'll beat you right now with this belly full of pizza. And it was hot, and he almost won. But the second time, I was fresh. I was ready, and he didn't have a chance.
I think we always choose the worst weather to play.
Yeah,
remember we used to go hoop at that park over there on what was it, like Devon or something like that? It'd be hot as hell, dude. We end up leaving out of there with fevers and everything.
And the thing is, like, I never realized how out of shape I was until that moment. I was like, oh my God, I'm done. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
you start telling yourself, right? Yeah, I'm in a little, I'm just a little bit out of shape till you get in the game and you're like, damn, I'm bad. I'm bad.
I think he was just trying to save face after a while, like, I just gotta not pass out.
Yeah, but now I feel like I got like additional strength to me. You know what I'm saying?
Where that strength come
like
from?
a Pokemon over here. He
right.
evolved.
What happened? I'm curious.
He's evolving.
Nah, that strength.
What changed?
It came from just holding babies. I mean, I swear to God, it just came from holding babies all the time. And I'm getting a little bit of my stamina back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh no. We'll get into that when we get to my week.
You been on the Nugenics too?
No, brother, no.
Hold on. He got a 6-pack all of a sudden? What's going on over here?
You got the Drake over there.
No drizzy, man. No drizzy. Reepster, man, how's your week?
Tiring, man. I've just been working on the house, redid my deck, replacing all the bad boards on my deck, repainting, working at the building, fixing stuff there, getting ready to sell that building and be done with that.
Nice.
Yeah, just a lot of work.
You ain't have a soccer game?
There was no soccer this weekend, which was nice.
Yeah, my son didn't have a game neither. He's out of town, so yeah, but they didn't have a game for this week.
Yeah, they canceled all the games since it was the 4th. So it was nice to just kind of chill, get to watch some movies and stuff and just kind of kick it. But yeah, nothing spectacular. My daughter's home from college. She came and then she left. So she went to Pennsylvania and then they drove out to New York with her grandparents. But they got back yesterday. Yes, yesterday. And had to put her to work today, at the building over there. So yeah, no, nothing crazy, just taking care of daddy husband stuff. So
yeah, I know it all too well.
And that list never ends,
Man, it's
so
always
you finish
on.
one thing, it's like, all right, now do this.
Yeah,
now do this.
It's always something to do.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And for me, it's worse because I'm off in the summer, so it's not like, well, you ain't gotta go to work, What you gonna do today,
That's terrible. I would hide.
I know.
This is why guys get man caves.
Gotta be like, hey guys, text me, bro. Come on, let's do something.
This is truly why men get man caves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Oh, yeah.
As for my week, I've been really busy. I haven't had a day off yet in like 2 weeks. So I've been working every day, trying to pay off stuff, just paying bills, man, paying bills. And also just doing stuff for the podcast, trying to figure out stuff for the podcast as well. I also went to the 4th of July thing that Javy went to, the barbecue. I was there too. I got an invite. And I got an invite.
Last year, I think when we recorded the podcast and it was the 4th of July, I told everybody I went to a barbecue, and then Astonish was like, how come I didn't get an invite? Hey, Jerry, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. So Jerry invited him this year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. See how far begging on a pod gets you? I got the invite. And the thing is, like, initially, I thought Javy was just inviting me. And then he was like, oh, no, Jerry seen the podcast. And he's like, he invited you off of that. I'm like, oh, man. So I thought Javy was changing his ways because he don't invite nobody to nothing. Nah.
He's still in the same ways.
So the barbecue was so fire. This man's house is beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the people there, like, everybody was having a good time. It was a lot of people, bro.
Man, it's
a lot of people. Yeah, we have all of them subscribed to the pod. You know what I'm saying?
We have a lot of subscribers.
Oh, man, we got to print out the little QR codes, man.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, remember me? Hey, subscribe.
Yeah,
Scan.
Jerry.
Subscribe right
you
now.
might have
see you do it right now. Let me see you do it right now.
You might have to do a group mass text or something, but like, yeah, all of your family and friends and stuff, get them to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? But it was beautiful. All of the food there. Look, it's rare. Like, you go somewhere and you just like all the food. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everything that was on my plate, and I had a little bit of almost everything except for the little kale salad. Javy had that, but I think it might have been fire too.
It was,
you know what I'm
fire.
saying? I think it might have been fire too, because everything I put on my plate, I was like, wow, this is amazing. And they had this one thing called pickly.
Pickly?
Yes, it's like a Haitian coleslaw.
Mm-hmm.
It's like pickled
cabbage, carrots,
and it's spicy, bro. Oh, yeah. Like, it got Scotch bonnet in it.
Do you really taste like the pickle, or
no?
I'm not a big pickle.
It didn't have any pickles.
Oh, it didn't.
It was just pickled.
No, it's
like
pickled. So you put it in a jar and you pickle it like a, you know what I'm saying? You know how they pickle things.
Yeah.
So you put it in a jar, the vinegar and stuff. So you taste like the little vinegar taste
lemon.
to
I
it.
don't know what she put in it.
Gotcha.
And then the Scotch bonnet, of course, it gives it that heat.
It was the hottest. It was the hottest thing on that plate.
Yeah.
You know, I use that as like hot sauce for everything. I just kind of put a little bit of that everywhere.
Just drizzling.
It was fire to the point where I asked, yo, what is this recipe? You know what I'm saying? And she didn't give it to me. But I looked it up.
She messed up by giving them the name of what it was called.
I looked it up. And she was nice enough to, before we was leaving, she said, make sure you get a cup full of that pickly. And then they gave us a whole cup full.
Did
you know
bring
what I'm saying?
some to the pot?
I did not. I did not, man. I didn't even think about it. But I actually have been saving it. I'm stingy with my pickly.
Oh, man. I ate that all up the next day on Saturday. Put that on my eggs. And then for lunch, I made myself some hot dogs. I put that on my hot dogs. So it's all gone.
It's like that?
Everything.
Did you? Okay. This
Pickly
is
cereal.
very important. I want to know what type of man you are.
Questioning my manhood over here.
How did you prepare the hot dogs?
Uh-oh.
The hot dogs?
Yes.
I put them on the frying pan.
No. Okay.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Because if you boiled them shits, I was going to look at you different.
I mean, that's how they be making them in the ballparks and the stadiums.
I don't eat those glizzies.
That's how they make them at Home Depot. You know,
Like
you like them
steam?
Home Depot ones? Those are boiled.
I actually like boiled, steamed hot dogs.
Yeah.
I
Nothing
like
wrong with
them.
them.
I don't like hot dogs on the grill. I don't.
You don't like them fried?
That's
I like them fried.
crazy. That is crazy.
I don't.
I like a grilled grilled glizzy. It just goes together. Grilled glizzy.
Next topic.
How do you like your glizzies?
Yeah.
That was a little too passionate, right?
Yeah, that was.
I like them grilled.
You don't do the whole like glizzy straw thing, do you, in your beer?
Wait, what is that?
Whoa. What's
Like,
that?
People
about?
do that?
It was like some lady at the ballpark,
Oh,
and
hell
she
no.
like stuck a straw through the middle of the glizzy, made a hole, and then took the straw and then just put it in her beer and was like sucking the beer out of the glizzy.
No. That's extreme.
That's
Something else. That's something else.
Yeah.
But another
you gotta
thing,
leave
right?
the pod
So-
if you do that.
So look, we have this nice meal. It's a good time, good environment. I said, like, this guy's backyard looked like a vacation resort. So we're chilling over there. You got, canopies and tents and stuff over there. So you shaded from the sun. It was wonderful.
Shout out to me for helping them build that.
Look at this guy, man. I always want to take some type of credit. Look at him. Look at him. Javi helped build it. Did you go help reap with his floors?
No, but
No.
hit me up. I could do things. I'm a handyman. I could do things.
I actually am gonna need some. You do laminate floors?
I do. I did these right here.
Y'all
yeah,
had
I
check
gotta
out-
do the other storefront.
Check
so.
this out. I did all of this too.
They had this conversation like 3 weeks ago. I promise you.
I'm
Same thing. You
I'm
do
going
laminate
this
floors?
weekend. Going this weekend to go buy the floor. So yeah, hit you up.
Bet.
And it's not that bad because it's pretty straight. Just some.
Yeah, you just gotta have. I got the stuff to cut it too, so we good.
Okay. we
Yo,
go.
so at the barbecue, they have a basketball rim.
Oh, I forgot about that part. There was a lowered basketball
Was this
rim.
the-
So it's lowered. Yeah. It's,
Part 3.
No. It kind of, but nah. So the thing is, it was lowered to what, maybe like 7-8 feet.
You still had to jump to dunk.
It was like 7-8 feet or something like that, around there. And there was some kids playing on it, right? But the whole time I was looking over there like, damn, I want to shoot that ball. But I wasn't, because look, also my dumb ass, it was hot as hell. Earlier, it rained a little bit and cooled down. And that was when I was outside. I was like, oh, it's kind of cool out there. By the time Javi came and picked me up, I walked outside and I immediately regretted my outfit selection.
Black pants,
Oh,
black shirt,
Damn. Oh, damn.
black hat.
Oh, damn. I know you was sweating bullets.
All black everything, bro. But I already had Javi sitting outside for maybe 10 minutes. It was a little less, but I'm exaggerating a little bit. It probably kind of was. 10
This man
minutes.
got the
You
AC
said
on
it
full
had just
blast
rained, too?
in his house. That's what it is. His house is cold.
Yeah, my house cold as hell.
He walks outside like, damn, it's hot outside.
So I walked outside immediately. The heat like hit me, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "Man, but I had this nigga waiting too long. I want to go back up and change." So I was like, "Okay, whatever. I ain't gonna do too much or whatever. It is what it is." I ain't know he had a basketball rim over there. So look, so we go over there, and so now I'm eyeing the thing. I'm like, okay, the kid's playing on it. Okay, I'm not gonna do all of that. As the minute them kids put the basketball down, right? We all full. We didn't ate. Hobby's fat ass and they like 2-3 plates and dessert and shit.
Gotta take advantage,
I
right?
was trying everything, man. She
Yeah.
kept changing up the menu. Every time I went up there, it was something different.
Oh, damn.
They had like sweet potatoes, they had mac and cheese, and then all of a sudden now there's greens. And yeah, I tried everything.
As soon as the kids put the basketball down, Javi ass
Once again,
on it.
why is it always my fault?
Javi ass on it. He grabs the basketball. He starts dribbling the basketball. So then now we in shoot arounds.
Now we're just playing.
So he's shooting around and stuff. It's cool, whatever. Hey, my shot was on point that day. I was, it was feeling good. I was like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? So it was on target. I'm
He's like, it must have been the glizzies.
what? They didn't have no glizzies. Wait, they did have glizzies there, but I ain't no glizzies over there.
It was that pickle, whatever.
Pickly.
Pickly.
Bro, I was smacking, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, and like, they was swishing. I don't know, hitting. They was swishing. It was water.
And you know what?
Net sounded wet.
Yeah,
that little rip at
bro.
the end there. That's when you're like, yeah.
And then I was missing, so that was hyping him up even more. Like, oh man, Javi's missing and I'm making it. So
No,
you can see him start getting bigger and bigger by the minute.
Javi, why do you always make things
He was
about
evolving.
you? You see this
He was
guy?
evolving.
That's where he evolved.
Yeah, he
I saw
evolved.
it too.
Look at Javi. Oh, because I was missing and it was hyping. No, I wasn't getting hype off your misses. I was like, this nigga's trash. This nigga's trash,
That's
bro.
exactly what he thought.
Now I'm over here lighting water. Javi over there, brick. He building a house. So I'm like, I bet. But also, the rim was lowered. Bro, I went up there, dunked the shit out that ball. I was like, hold on, my legs still work like that? I had no clue. Once that first one went down, I just started going crazy like I'm Vince Carter in there.
He did. He looked young, like a young chicken. I was like, man, he's back to his old
chicken.
way.
Bro, I was just going crazy. I was trying to get put back dunks and everything.
So at that point, we're like, all right, let's play. We were too tired to play horse, so we're like, let's play pig. PIG, quick and easy. First, kick it off with a couple of shots. Far away shot. I make my shot. He misses it. Everybody gets P's except for me. Then I comes around. I think you get I quickly too.
Nah. Oh, yeah, I did.
So he fell behind real quick. But then on my third shot, I was like, all right, let me dunk it. I do a little quick, little simple dunk. This man gets all fired up like, oh, we could dunk? Oh, it's over for y'all. He starts trying to do like behind, under the rim, backboard, dunk.
Yeah.
Talking about, I'm going to put it between my legs and dunk it.
Well, see, I went up.
He was YouTubing old dunk contests.
And I should have took a point away from Javi for that. Look, we all ended up on PI, right? I was just the first one out. But I did this clutch. I did a clutch,
He clutched
backwards dunk, right? So I clutched it. Boom. Javi just did a backwards dunk. He didn't clutch. So I still gave him the point. But honestly, this nigga didn't do my dunk. But I was just like, okay.
Man, clutched it, brought the knees up and everything.
Bro, so I'm like, okay, it's cool because I'm going to get him with this next dunk anyway. Because he brought dunking into the shit. I wasn't going to do that because I was dunking the whole time. I was the only one dunking.
You opened up the can there.
And then so I do this dunk, bro. I was supposed to make this thing to almost twist my ankle on this dunk. Bro, from the opposite side of the rim, going to the other, reverse dunk. Boom, hits out off the rim.
It looked pretty.
I'm like, man, yeah, look, the thing is, the dunks I was doing looked good.
They just weren't going in.
No, most of them was going in. But I couldn't get a putback, though.
Y'all should have recorded this.
Ate my heart. But, yeah, so Javi won the pig game. That don't really count, though. I lost my legs doing all the damn dunking and shit. So now my shot was getting off because I ain't had no more legs.
Fell apart.
He used all his power.
Yeah, I used it all. But through that day, right, I was like, oh, I'm going to beat Javi's ass the next time we play, bro. I was like, damn, wait a minute. Because, look, my dribbling was a little bit off. You know what I'm saying? Which, that was one of my stronger shoots and stuff, dribbling my quick first step. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that just come with practice. Like, okay, but it wasn't terrible, right? I could do something with it. But the things I was able to do that I was like, I probably can't do this. Because the last game I played with Javi, like, it was like my powers was gone. I felt my powers back.
I saw it too. It's
I
true.
felt my powers back, bro. I was
Black
like,
Ranger was
I cannot wait to bust this nigga ass, bro. I cannot wait. Listen, we might have to schedule this. We might have to have audience out
We
here.
might have to do a live on that one.
Yeah, man.
think so.
Man.
I think this might be the time I have to mention that I'm gonna retire for the summer. So yeah, I'm done.
Oh.
You ducking?
Oh, he said I'm retiring.
I'm retiring this summer.
Are you
I'm done.
ducking smoke? Oh, wow. Oh, my God. That's crazy.
He went into retirement.
I saw
That's crazy.
I saw the spark in him this weekend, and I was like, you know what? It's a good time for me to retire. I'm gonna go out winning.
I'm gonna bust your ass, dog.
He said, "I'm gonna go out winning. I got my win. That's it."
You want to know what else is funny that happened from there? So they had like this little playground set, right? And I'm over there standing with one of our guys. His name Pete. Shout out to Pete. He be watching the pod and shit. You know what I'm saying? But he'll probably be in Greece by the time this drop. You know what I'm saying? But when you get a chance to watch this, shout out my nigga Pete. We standing there and we see the little playground. It's not really it's not built like to carry a full grown.
He's had that playground for a while, a couple years now, so it's kind of flimsy.
Okay. Yeah, a little bit, but you know, like a full grown man ain't gonna do nothing. So Pete was like, "Yo, I bet you that if we tell Javi, like, you know what I'm saying, like." We could get Javi to try to do some pull-ups on that shit." And I was like...
Is it made of wood?
Yeah, it's made of wood.
Like riding already, or?
And I was like,
Set you up, bro.
I'm like, nah. And
I didn't know.
Then I thought about it again. I'm like, hell yeah, this nigga would do it. So then he comes around or whatever, and we're like, okay, how are we even gonna introduce this shit? You know what I'm saying? So we standing there, and we talking about, I'm like, yo, you think that could hold like a adult? And like, I don't know, because I was kind of like wobbling a little bit, and then I was like, man, you can't even do a pull up on there.
He said, "Yo,
a pull up." He said a pull up.
Yeah,
right.
I said A. Like, you can't even do a pull up on there, bro. He like, I could do 7 pull ups minimum. I was like, bro, fully extended? He like, fully extended. I could do 7 minimum. I said, nigga, probably 7 max. He said, nigga, I'll do 10. I said, prove it.
Man,
This man.
You fell for it, bro.
Nah, because they were looking at the little rod that had like the pull up thing, and I was like, grabbed it, and I was like, nah, it's kind of flimsy.
Hey, he would have broke the shit out that shit. But he grabbed it and was pulling just to see. So, like, he would have did that shit.
Because then I was like, you know what? I'll do it by the swings over there.
Yeah,
though.
he said, I'll do it over there. And we just started laughing because I'm like, it's so fucking easy to manipulate this motherfucker. It's so easy.
I'm competitive.
Yeah, but pretty much that was my week, man. Work, and sprinkled a little bit of fun in there. You know, my family come back home this week. Nice. So excited to see them. I've been missing them. It seemed like when your family go away for a little bit and you see your kids, you be like, damn, did you grow?
For real. That's how I be feeling every time I see my daughter. I'm like, damn, you got taller.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's remarkable. So,
1 week, that's all it takes.
Yep. So y'all stay right there because we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. And hopefully soon, we going to get paid for this shit.
Back.
You dig?
Yo, it's your boy Not Sent, and you rocking with the Astonishingly Odd Podcast. Check it out.
The Astonishingly Odd Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Astonishingly Odd Podcast. Now, as we mentioned before, 4th of July happened. I hope everybody had a safe and wonderful 4th, even though in this country, it's hard to celebrate independence. You know what I'm saying?
The independence of the colonizers.
Yeah, well, our independence is getting stripped from us every day, it seemed like. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But on the bright side, you could have got your fingers blown off on the 4th of July like some people did.
Every year.
You know what I'm saying? 4 extra in particular. Another thing, hold on, kudos to us because we just hit 100 subscribers, man.
Yeah.
Kudos to the pod, man. And,
Go tell your friends.
yeah, and we want to thank every last one of y'all 100. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are day ones. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all kept it 100.
Yep, y'all started this, man, and we got so much further to go, and we're gonna be here every week to do it. So first on the docket, Diddy was found not guilty.
Diddy, Kelly, Not guilty.
Well, not exactly not guilty, but not guilty on like the main charges. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to prostitute off Cassie.
Well, he got like transporting. He got like sex trafficking charges for prostitution stuff, and like flying people across state lines and stuff, which is kind of like a slippery slope, because if you have like a partner that you have sex with and you fly them
because you got money,
from state to state, that could be considered sex trafficking.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of crazy, and I think the max amount of time that he could get is 10 years, and I don't think he's gonna get that, because if they reduce his 5 charges down to 2, and it's the most minor of all of the charges, I don't think he's gonna get the 10. They not gonna hit him over the head with the 10. They might give him maybe 3 or something, if that. They might give him supervision.
And Trump loves Diddy.
Yeah, well, he probably been to some Diddy parties.
Yeah,
because he was supposedly. I mean, this is alleged. I don't know, so don't try to get me for stating false information. I'm just saying what I heard, brother. I heard you was on the Epstein list.
Yeah, you can hit me because I know you was on that Epstein list.
That list just mysteriously disappeared off of the judge's desk too. She was like, I got the list on my desk, and all of a sudden, where'd it go?
Yeah. You know what's funny is there's this guy, right? And he used to go on the Joe Rogan podcast a lot, and he would talk about how it's so funny how Epstein mysteriously just hangs himself in the prison. You know what I'm saying?
That shit was so obvious. Like nobody even questions that it was a conspiracy. It was like obvious.
But he would talk about the list, like, well, where's the list? Why people not coming out with the names from the list? And then he got a job as like the chief of the feds, right? And now he went on Joe Rogan again, and he changed his tune. And now he's like, yeah, after going through things, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, he did just hang himself in the prison. And, and actually, guys, there is no list.
Oh, actually.
After all of these years of you saying all of this and this and that, now you change. And I wish I knew this brother's name, man. But he like in like the chief of the feds or something now. You know what I'm saying? Changed up his tune, bro.
The people in charge are on that list, and that list ain't ever gonna come out.
Changed up his tune, brother. Did any of y'all see that Drake thing? So Drake dropped he got an album coming out called Iceman.
Yeah.
And he dropped this thing on YouTube, and he titled it Episode 1, right? And in the middle of it all, look, the thing is like 58 minutes. Right,
I saw clips of it. He was driving around in a truck for some reason.
Yeah, he's driving because he's supposed to be this ice worker. You know what I'm saying? So he got big old cubes of ice, and then he packs them in a truck, and then he drives around Toronto in this Iceman truck. But in the middle of this 58 minutes, he does like a video up for a song that he got, and when he's in the truck, he's actually like playing the music from the album. So you hear it like with shit quality and shit, but you hear some of the music and stuff. And during that process of his drive, it's a lot of people running up. Oh, Drake, Drizzy, Drake, da, da, da. It was a lot of people showing him love in the city. I mean, it's the city that he's from.
Toronto.
Plus, people, I've learned this about a lot of people. Whether you like a celebrity or not, or whether you have talked shit about this celebrity or not, when you see a celebrity, I know some people that just geek out. You don't even like the person.
Facts.
It's just the fact that it's a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? So, but they running up, they showing love. And then I guess there was this one guy that was like, he said something crazy to Drake. And then Drake's like, hey, brother, what you say? We'll fold you up right now, brother.
Fold you up right now.
We'll fold you up right now.
That guy's like,
You're a waste man.
What's with the fake Jamaican accent?
You ain't call him a
That
waste
guy's a
man, but
corn dog.
and I'm sounding more Jamaican, but it was more Canadian.
that Canadian
I
accent.
just don't know how to
That
do
guy
it. My
got so
accent
many
sucks.
accents. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But
Comes
I'm just
with
like,
you.
bro, why you just can't? You was just talking regular, like
Yeah.
just why you can't just talk regular? I know that's a Canadian thing. There's people in Canada that sound like that, but those people sound like that all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't sound one way and then
They
sound
don't got
another
They don't
way.
got a little switch. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's time to talk Canadian.
Yeah, even I mean, I okay. So when I can't even say that because I got like a one of my good friends, right? Her name is Unique. She's Chinese and Jamaican, and she's from Jamaica. And I thought that was kind of an odd mix, but in Jamaica, there's a lot of Chinese Jamaicans.
Are there?
Yes. Yes, a very large amount. And she talks with that shit. You know what I'm saying? She talks, and it's more Americanized. It's not like strictly patois, but she has that form of accent. You know what I'm saying? So she's speaking American, but you could hear that in her.
A couple of bumble clots every once in a while.
Yeah, it like Spanish people. When they talk English, but when they talk Spanish, they still sound the same, just talking another language.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Drizzy, figure it out, man. And I like Drake. You know what I'm saying? I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he acts up. But in this whole 58-minute clip, he had the little song or whatever, and he's standing there like around a bunch of guns.
I saw that clip and it was like, why? What is the message behind this? It's not even artistic.
I heard somebody said maybe that's for all the people that was gunning for him. Which if you're doing it like that in that artistic sense, okay. But I hope it's not the other route where you trying to look too crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Look at all these guns that I have.
Drake just need to bring it back to the music, dog. Just bring it back to the music and stop with all of that shit, bro. Nobody don't need you to be tough. Like nobody in the world needs you to be tough at all. Like for real.
Ice man.
And these are that shit wasn't even on the docket. I just wanted to say it. Which one do we kick off? I want to shout out D Rose first and foremost. We have for anybody that don't know, Chicago for the last few years have been kicking off this NASCAR event where they drive around downtown. They shut off all the streets, and these cars are just driving through the city.
And I think not as a fan to watch that, but to drive like in the video game, because all the video games you play, you be driving in the city, but you can't actually do that unless you're doing it illegally.
Yeah,
But
like
this is the
cruising
one
USA?
chance. Yeah, this is like your one chance if you're a NASCAR driver to actually experience that. That's got to be cool as hell.
Are we the only city that do that? Like I'm sure there's someplace else.
I thought like Long Beach and all that. I thought they'd do that too.
Yeah, but Long Beach not really a city vibe. It's more of a, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
They got
not
the mountains
Like a
and
big
shit.
city or
well because look, of course Cali got downtown area, you know what I'm saying? But Long Beach is not in downtown. Like Chicago downtown is the skyscrapers and all of that stuff. Like in Long Beach, they don't got the skyscrapers up there. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, that happened this weekend.
Yeah, that happened this weekend. And D Rose, they actually had him kick off the event. He's the one that says, "Start your engines."
Bam, 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 bam. That was dope. I like that.
It's just really so dope to see D Rose putting in work off the court, because when he was playing, you never really heard of no off the court stuff from D Rose like that. And the stuff you did here was kind of bad, you know, but he kind of just kept it strictly focused on basketball. So now that he's in this other part of his life, it's so cool to see him so active and not just like, okay, I'm done with basketball, I'm going to just, you know, cool out. You don't really see me until I pop up here and there. You know what I'm
because
saying?
a lot of dudes just kind of disappear.
Yeah.
You know, they just fade out, and like he's embracing a whole new chapter of his life. You know what I'm saying? And looks happy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like he just looks like he's enjoying life now. You know,
He's a philanthropist now, so that's dope because they introduced him to like MVP, X-Bull. Used to be like possible good gangbanger. But now it's like philanthropist, and there's some people that actually want to help in this world, and he's one of those people that just want to contribute to society.
And he's still in the city, man.
Yeah.
You know, D Rose, look, that man could walk through the streets of Chicago, no security, no nothing. Ain't nothing gonna happen to him. And not just because of who his brothers is. Because his brother's definitely not gonna let nothing happen to him. But just because people got so much love and respect for D Rose, everything he is, everything he come from, people in Chicago look at D Rose and they see them. They see themselves.
I think every man that grew up watching D Rose, when they see that picture of him on the floor crying because he just busted his knee, they all feel that. Like, I've seen grown men like, man, that's the saddest picture I've ever seen.
His character really made him, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't carry himself like a lot of these stars, you know?
Like LeBron James and Dwight Howard dancing.
And yeah, just that video, you know what I'm saying, just showed who he really was. Like, this is not what I'm about, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love the game. I love to play. I'm a regular person. I know where I came from. You know, he embraced it all, you know what I'm saying? And never forgot where he came from, you know what I mean? And I think that's really what made him, and that's what made people respect him. Is like,
especially all the introverts out there that are like, man, I don't got to be all flashy in that, because all the idols that we look up are like these glamorous people with big personalities, and D Rose is just
quiet dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just to hear him talking more too, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's
you're rooting
nice.
for him. Like, I like when he talks.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that because, you know, he started off like really shy and timid. Joakim Noah is like, he just didn't, he was an introvert. He didn't want to be around none of that stuff. And just to see him being more open, and even like early on, and when he would be like in the post game and stuff like that, like his speech, his verbiage, his vocabulary, everything has excelled. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could tell he's been really doing a lot of work on himself, and it's commendable. And D Rose, I see you running around here, you know what I'm saying, doing everything in the city, running around on these podcasts, talking a whole lot more. We got a seat on the couch for you, brother.
Right here.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, homegrown, baby. You know what I'm saying? So, man, open invitation. Any of our family out here that subscribe to the pod, if y'all got a D Rose Connect, or any of our friends and family, if y'all got a D Rose Connect, man, send them to your boys.
I have to hit up Sense. I think I know he did a little something with him.
Yeah,
Hey, yo, Sense. Yeah.
Yeah, yes sir. Also, my guy Oscar, he knows D Rose. He actually does a whole lot of shoots with him through Adidas, and he been running around with him for a while. Even that Derrick Rose ceremony that they threw at the United Center, he was there for that also. So might have to hit up Oscar, bro. Modern notoriety, you know what I'm saying? Oscar, come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? Tell D Rose get with the boys. But keeping it Chicago, man. Chicago lost a great man. Bobby Jenks, man.
Bobby Jenks
from the Chicago White Sox, won the World Series. He's a pitcher.
Reliever. One of the best relievers the White Sox had.
Yeah, it was a beast.
Literally. Like, Ozzie Guillen used to like call for him, saying, give me the big guy.
Yeah.
The big giant man.
He was 44 years old, man. A form of stomach cancer.
Man, that shit comes quick, and it just
Younger than me.
He passed away on the 4th of July, man. Man, rest in peace, Bobby Jenks. Condolences to his family. Condolences to all the Chicago fans. And this is where, you know, the Cubs and the Sox ain't gonna be split on it, because don't nobody want to see nothing like this happen. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't really like read into it, but is it something that he was battling?
Yeah, he was battling it. He was I don't know when he first figured out that he had it, but it said that they knew that he was battling it. Okay. You know, and he was in Portugal. I guess that's where he's from. I didn't even know that, because he looked American as hell.
With a name like Bobby Jenks, yeah.
Yeah, fellas, make sure you go get checked, man. Routinely, you know what I mean? On a routine. Go get yourselves checked out, you know.
I guess we just keep it, man, Chicago, man, because we actually have more Chicago things on the list than usual. And that's unfortunate most of the times when we got to talk about Chicago stuff, man. Y'all know what it's like in the city. But unfortunately, there was an artist by the name of Mellow Bucks. She's a rapper from the city out the south side. And she just dropped a mixtape. It was her mixtape release party. And tragically, there was a mass shooting at the end of the event when it was closing down and everybody was leaving. You know, people, when you get outside, you piled up in your groups because you seeing people you probably ain't seen in a minute, you know what I'm saying? Y'all chopping it up outside the event. You know how it go.
Yeah.
Car pulls up. They start blasting from the car. They hit 18 people.
That's wild.
They killed 4 of them. They shot recklessly just into the crowd, and they hit a lot of women, majority women.
Yeah.
It was 2 men that passed away, and it was 2 women that passed away also, all young, you know what I'm saying? And they like early 20s, late 20s, like all in the 20s though, you know what I'm saying? Sad to see you go to an event, you having a good time with your peoples, and then the night ending tragedy. And when you see the video footage from that, which I don't suggest anybody go look at, but you know, it just looked like it looks brutal.
I haven't seen it.
Blood everywhere.
It's just crazy how somebody can do that, right? And just drive off like nothing. Just
Go back home and go to sleep.
go to sleep and wake up next day and just keep taking lives. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. It's blows my mind, man.
There's a lot of crash outs out there, especially in certain neighborhoods and shit. But unfortunately, Chicago's been hot. We know you gotta watch who you're hanging out with. You gotta always be aware of your environment, who's all there, who's obviously affiliated, because you never know when somebody's gonna come and try to get them.
Yeah.
And that was what happened at this event.
Well, unfortunately, the signs were there because there was the day before, actually the morning of that morning, it was actually one of their ops that passed away, a guy named Drills. And he was sitting in his car. They shot him up through his car. He had the gun in his lap or something. So when the police found him, they found him with his weapon. He wasn't even able to fire his weapon. They shot at him so quick. So they got him. And a lot of people that were at that party was online dissing this dead man. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really do that and then diss this dead man's and then everybody know where y'all about to be at. You know what I'm saying? It don't really make a lot of sense. And I don't really want to put it on nobody because that's unfortunate. This female Mellow Bucks, she went out there to have a good time and celebrate her success. She just dropped a new mixtape. You know, she out there to enjoy herself. She ended up losing her boyfriend, was one of the guys that died, and her 2 best friends. All in the same night when it's supposed to be a celebration for you. These people came out for you, and now they gone. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to place the blame at all. It's unfortunate. It's things that happen in the city. But all I'm saying is there's signs that's there. And when things happen, you think people not going to retaliate? This Chicago. You know what I'm saying? We know what go down. Because it go down way too often. More often than anybody would like. You just kind of got to move a little bit different, man. Yeah. All this got to stop. You know what I'm saying? And to whoever did this, listen, the same way that everything went down with Duck, when they caught Duck in the Gold District downtown, right? Don't nothing happen in the Gold District. It's the Gold District. Mm-hmm. It's white people over there. Don't nothing happen over there. Y'all murdered that man over there. Look, they didn't catch y'all the next day. They let some time go by. And they end up catching all of y'all. The same thing gonna happen with this. Y'all did this in River North. The white people up there. You think they gonna let y'all run around like that? Like, if y'all did this on the south side or whatever, y'all would have probably had a better chance.
Unfortunately.
But with this, nah, brother. They might let some time go by. So they got all they cross their T's and dot their I's. But y'all know it's coming. And if y'all don't know it's coming, I just let you know. That thing coming. They not gonna let that ride at all. Just pray for our city. And for everybody that's not from Chicago, don't think it's hard for me to say that right now. Cause I used to be like, bro, if you come visit Chicago, it's beautiful. All of that stuff that they talking about, you not gonna be in those places. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't even got a trip like that. But they shooting everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to be so mindful of, yo, who this person got beef with, who that person got beef with. You never know. Yeah. If they spraying into a crowd, you was just there. I don't know nothing.
Innocent bystanders.
It's crazy, man.
There was another thing, right, with a mom and her kids.
That's what we about to get into, man. Logan Square, man, and this is just very sad. So, this mother of 3, she ended up stabbing her kids. So she ended up stabbing one. She had a 10-year-old.
The 4-year-old, she stabbed 30 sometimes in the face and chest.
She had a 10-year-old. Listen, we gonna get to that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
She had a 10-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 4-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
whole family.
2 boys and a girl. The oldest was the 13-year-old, the girl. She tried to stab the 10-year-old, and she did stab the 10-year-old. And
he was like playing his video game or something, and she went in and started stabbing
him. Then she went and she stabbed the 4-year-old. He's the one that died.
He was sleeping.
He didn't make it. And that's
30 some times stab a 4-year-old.
So then she tried to stab the daughter. I think she did stab the daughter too.
Well, the 10-year-old, after she stabbed, I think the 4-year-old, the 10-year-old, and the 13-year-old locked themselves in their room, and they was talking to each other through the walls, like how they gonna get out.
Shit.
And I guess when they attempted to like run out of the room or something, that's when she stabbed the girl.
The 13-year-old.
The 13-year-old.
So the 13-year-old was able to call the police though.
Yeah.
So she called the police. She actually got stabbed while she was in the process of calling the police. Mm-hmm. Right? So the police come and they hear the 10-year-old from the window saying, "Help, help." So they go up in there and they see the mom there. She's bloody. She covered in blood. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking horror movie.
But then they didn't realize that she didn't set the house on fire.
Oh, shit.
So now the house on fire. They end up getting all the kids out, even the 4-year-old. They pull them out. But then they had to evacuate the whole building because now the whole house on fire. Mm-hmm. So she said what happened was the kids was possessed by the devil.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's crazy.
And the thing is, there was an attorney. I guess it's her public defender or whatever, because they said she wasn't working. She ain't had no job. She was relying off of welfare and public aid, stuff like that. But this person knew her. They knew of her already. And everybody say she was a loving mom. She loved her kids, but she had schizophrenia.
Yeah.
But it never was violent. They never seen her being violent. She actually hated knives and stuff. And this is why, like, mental illness is very serious. Because anything can trigger something. I don't think that was her. I mean, I kind of know that wasn't her in that moment.
No, if anything, she was the one who was pretty much possessed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And those voices,
yeah.
you know.
And in her mugshot, she crying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because then you come out of that moment and you realize
what you did.
It's such a sad story because, like, even though you blame the mom, I kind of don't blame her like that because that's a disease. That's a sickness. Like, that's something that's like, America don't even know how to deal with. They don't know how to handle nothing like that. And it's not a lot of resources for adults that struggle with mental illness. It's just not.
It's a slippery slope because it's like, how do you prove that? Because at some point, anybody could try to claim that oh, I was in a moment of unclarity, or what do they call it?
But she was already
pre-diagnosed.
Yeah. So and then you got a single mom, right?
Yeah.
3 kids, dealing with the stress of a parent, dealing with teenager and all that. Them 2 on top of your conditions and all that. I'm not making any excuses. But there's a lot when you're not getting the help you need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Especially dealing with something like that. You know what I mean?
On top of that, your reputation precedes you. Yeah. People say she loved her kids. Mm-hmm. She was not violent. So for you to do something outside of your character, this is not your norm. Mm-hmm. This is not just somebody making an excuse to do something.
Right.
It's people that kill people every day. It's people that drove by a crowd full of people and just let off shots. Their intent was to kill. Mm-hmm. That's who they are. That's their makeup. That's their design. I can't say that this woman was that.
Right.
And it's unfortunate, but
how come nobody helped her with the schizo stuff? If somebody was able to say she had schizo, they should have been monitoring her. But unfortunately, like you said, the resources aren't there. Whoever figured that out, she's got to have a sister, a mom,
that's not none of
cousin, someone that.
And what if you don't? What if people don't want to deal with that? That's also a stress on, and sometimes feels like a burden on the people around you as well.
Well, I'm just saying it's hard when you got kids to have that condition. You know what I'm saying?
And it's hard to monitor somebody 24 hours a day. You can't do that. Nobody can, unless you're living with that person.
Yeah.
You can't. And then sometimes people don't want to deal with the burden of that. And I say the word burden because that's how people eventually end up feeling sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to take care of this. It's a hard thing to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Because it changes your life. You know what I'm saying? Not just the person going through it, but the person that has to look out for them. It changes your whole life.
Yeah. And on top of that is it's like I said, the resources aren't really there for adults that deal with it. On top of that, you're schizophrenic. Sometimes you don't want to take your medication because you're too paranoid. Mm-hmm. You're too far gone into it. You don't take your meds now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And who knows what comes from that?
And that's the hard part when you're by yourself too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like you have a partner like, hey, honey, you got to take your meds, you know what I mean? Or this and this, who can be on top of you, you know what I mean? Being by yourself and with kids, it's like...
That's crazy. Not to try to change the subject, but there was a Black Mirror episode that was just like that.
Was it?
Yeah, where this Indian girl, all of a sudden, stand-up citizen, but this demon appeared to her and was like, you got to kill 4 people or the world's going to end. It was a crazy episode. Y'all should check it out.
Which season?
I think it was like season 6.
Okay.
I've seen every.
You seen it?
I've seen every episode of Black Mirror.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Yes,
yeah.
I do.
And it was. I'm not gonna ruin it, but it had a plot twist.
Yeah, it did.
But watching the episode, it reminded me of that because it was like she thought that the world was about to end if she didn't kill these people, so she had to kill random people, and taking herself outside, what if there are murderers who actually believe that? Like they're schizo or something.
Yeah, I mean...
I have to kill this person or something terrible is going to happen. That's how a lot of murders happen.
It happens a lot, bro.
That's what I'm saying. You got them voices in your head, and I mean, we all know they exist. You know what I mean? Where there's times where you're alone, you're vulnerable, you know what I mean? You're going through things, and there's just...
That circling, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it just becomes who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, this is not the first time this has happened with parents. It happens a lot, bro, a lot. And like I said, I watch a whole lot of true crime stuff. There's this husband and wife. They killed all their kids in the house and chopped their heads off.
You remember Chris Benoit, was it?
Yeah.
The wrestler. Remember?
That was CTE, though.
Yeah, but still,
Yes. Yeah.
It's sickness.
Yeah, unfortunate, man. Prayers up for sure. I bypassed this one on the Diddy conversation, but are we still saying no Diddy?
No.
Nah, it's over. No Diddy. The no Diddy era is done.
Yeah.
I think we still. I mean, Diddy. I like what 50 Cent said. He's like a gay John Gotti. So it's like you can still make that reference. Like whenever somebody's trying to get a little too freaky, be like, "Yo, no Diddy and shit." I mean, yeah, he's not a convicted felon. Well, is he? He still beat Cassie up and shit, and he's abusive. So fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still a douche.
I think we still saying no Diddy because, okay, he beat them charges, which I thought that he was going to beat them charges. I don't even know why they brought this into the courts like that. Okay, the abuse stuff with Cassie, okay, that's one thing for sure. But all this
Freakiness.
Rico case stuff, nah, the freakiness thing, that's still why you say no Diddy. He's still freaky.
Yeah.
That's why you say no Diddy, because he a freak. But other than that, like, it has nothing to do with if he was going to be guilty or not. I don't think that's why anybody started saying no Diddy.
When he gets out, you guys gonna start pouring baby oil on yourself?
Yo, for real though, invest in baby oil because that stock's about to come back up. So much baby oil is about to get bought.
Yeah,
That freak offs are about to happen again.
You been buying?
No, I got to buy some stock in Johnson & Johnson.
This time,
Invest in Johnson & Johnson.
this time you got to be in the city already. He not flying you out. He learned his lesson. Baby oil and Astroglide, baby.
Yeah.
We say no Diddy because the Meek Mill situation and the Carl Winslow situation, which we
Yeah.
we don't have that episode, bro.
I got a hater holding on to those.
Yeah, man.
He knows they're gold. That's why he knows they're gold. And
speaking of 50 Cent, man, 50 turns 50.
yeah, 50-50.
He turned 50, man. What
So is that $1?
Damn,
50
that's
plus
$1,
That's
bro. That's a whole
$1.
buck.
Yeah, he turned $1.
Yeah,
50,
so
50.
he turned 50 yesterday, which is not the yesterday for y'all when you're going to see that, but it was July 6th.
50 Cent is 50. Is he going to have like a year-long party and shit? I would. 50. Turn 50. He's got to write a song at least. Drop a fucking mixtape or something.
You got to do something. But shout out to 50 Cent, man. They tried to end your life so early, and you made it to 50, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Think about that. You got shot up. You not supposed to be here. And you turn 50. And all them guys that tried to do that to you, they nowhere near as successful as you are. That's so crazy. What you do with your second chances is so fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's something to learn from it. Because you either gonna succeed or you gonna fail. You know what I'm saying? And most people, they just use something tragic that they went through in life and they make it an excuse. And not for everybody, because sometimes that can be a very mental hindrance to you when you go through something traumatic and it freezes you up. So you like, nah, I can't, because you keep reliving the experience. You know what I'm saying? But for a lot of other people, y'all just make excuses after some shit like that. And that's a good example of somebody that God gave a second chance to, and he did the most with his second chance. Same way as Tim Allen, because we talked about that in the last podcast too. How Tim Allen was a drug trafficker. Did you see that?
Tim Allen?
Yes, nigga.
Like Tim the
you
Tool
don't be
Man?
watching our episodes, Reek.
No, but I'm saying like
Yeah, Tim the Tool Man Taylor.
Santa
Yeah.
Claus, man. He went from moving snow to playing in the snow and making money off of that.
But what age was he moving snow?
Before he was famous, you know what I'm
So
saying?
like how long he been acting?
He was old. If you think about Tim Allen acting, he was already old already.
He was like in the 90s, so this had to be like in the 80s that he was like
Yeah, he was.
Oh, so he
Charged.
was like
He wasn't a drug dealer. He was a drug trafficker. That's next level.
damn.
And he snitched
Tim
on.
Allen is a gangster.
He snitched on the people that he was doing the shit with.
And then he got a
that's
second
how
chance.
Yeah, that's how he was able to get out. He got out early. And then he did the most with his second chance. He snitched though.
How old is this dude? Because he was doing stand-up comedy in 1975.
He old as shit.
Yeah, I'm like, they wasn't even born yet.
He's got to be like 95.
That nigga old as shit. Yeah.
Tim Allen's age, let's see. 72.
Hey,
shit,
keep on living, brother.
Keep on pushing, because we know you still pushing in the background.
You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, them niggas that you snitched on, they probably dead already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He living worry free. Before we get into the next topic, though, we are gonna go to a quick commercial break. What you thought it wasn't finna happen? Yes, sir. We'll see y'all when we get back.
Yo, this is Sensei Music, straight out of Chicago, and you're tuned in to not just any ordinary podcast, it's the Astonishingly Odd Podcast. Get it in your life.
Welcome back to the Astonishingly Odd Podcast. Now, I do want to mention, I finally seen Sinners, y'all. I finally did, man.
Lucky.
And for all of y'all that been waiting to watch it, like I was waiting to watch it, it is on HBO Max now. So get somebody's subscription. It's right there.
I did.
I don't want to talk too much about the movie because these brothers haven't seen it. So
I seen it.
You seen it?
Yeah.
Bet.
When I was I seen it in New Orleans, which was nice because it kind of referenced,
Yeah, yup.
So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I will touch on it a little bit, but briefly, because there's other brothers on the podcast that have, well, only Chris Ill have seen it. But by the next episode, I think Javi, he took
You didn't watch it?
He took my subscription.
Oh, did he?
Yes, and he said, yeah, I'm going to watch it this weekend. Guess what he didn't do?
I was editing for y'all. Y'all got some fire stuff coming up. Watch.
Okay. We gonna see. But what I will say about the movie, and I don't know if you feel the same way as I do, but I will say it's a good movie.
Yeah.
You know, I really like the cinematography, how it was shot.
Yeah.
Some of the messaging in there is great. You don't have to catch the messaging to enjoy the movie. It's a good movie overall. I just personally, I don't think it's everything that y'all hyped it up to be. And it kind of saddens me to say that because I like the director a lot. Mm-hmm. What's his name? Ryan
Coogler.
What is it?
Coogler?
Coogler. Yeah, Coogler, I believe. You might want to double check
People
that.
really hyped it up like it was like this dope movie. I mean, it was good.
It was good.
It was
It was a good movie. Like
I'm mad that y'all ain't saying it's great.
Like, I love, like you said, I love the cinematography.
Yes.
Like, man, like even like that the party scene where it's like,
yeah, the dancing and
yeah,
stuff
that
with
was
the
dope,
music.
man.
It is kind of like on the borderline of a musical. It's a lot of singing in this, but I enjoyed all the music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like even when them white people was singing and
that
stuff.
was dope. That was dope.
Fire, dog, so fire.
But
The only but is like, it's not like when I was hearing about this movie, it's like, man, this is probably gonna be somebody's favorite fucking movie. It didn't do that for me. Like, it's not like up there with like Hateful Eight and stuff like that, which are what I feel like are fucking greatness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's great within its own right, but it's like on the lower tier of great. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like I said, I'd watch it a million times over again. It's that good.
It had its moments, you know what I mean, where it was like, oh, this is gonna be good, and then it was just like some stuff was just like, oh, okay.
I will say it takes so long for you to figure out this is a vampire movie.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's
a vampire movie, man. You ruined it.
How did you not know that? Like, and then like, for you to incorporate horror into it. I mean, like Get Out. I would kind of compare it to that because the messaging behind it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It has like similar messaging in their approach. The difference is Get Out had like jump scares and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Where there was actually like some fear in that. This one, I wasn't scared a bit in none of this. It was like, it was more than a horror movie. It was like an action movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, like what they consider this film to be. And maybe my thought process of it going into it is what kind of gives me this perspective that I have now. Maybe if I viewed it differently, I look at it differently. But I was just like, okay. But even though it takes so long to get to that point, all the stuff before is great.
Yeah.
It's great how they set up everything is great. I like how the era that it's in, how these people are coming from Chicago, they coming from the town. You know what I'm saying? They going back home down south or whatever.
What area is it? Like
I
the
thought it was cool
80s?
how he played both characters too.
Man.
Yeah, that was dope.
Man. So great how he played both characters.
Yeah.
And you know what was the craziest part of it? Is it's Michael B. Jordan playing two different guys, right? And they look the same.
Mm-hmm.
They talk. There's a little bit of difference in the speech. But
At first, I was just like, damn, they got to do it. Is that like his brother or something like that? I didn't know because I didn't read into it. I just went to watch the movie and I'm like, man, that looked just like him.
yeah.
But then when I looked it up, I'm like, oh, damn, he played both. I was like,
He
damn,
played
that's pretty
both.
dope.
That's
And the
how
thing
good he
is,
was.
when you see them on camera, you know how you've been around twins before.
Mm-hmm.
You've been around twins before. You know how you could tell one apart from the other.
Yeah.
Like the more that the first time you see them, you're like, which one is which? But the more time you spend around them, they could walk in the door and you know exactly which one it is.
Yeah.
That's how the movie end up becoming. They have two different personalities, and that showcased how good of an actor this nigga is.
Yeah.
Because he's there. Both of them are there at the same time, and they're different. They're the same, but they're different. It's so cool. You know what I'm saying? It's so cool. And I like that line when it was like, the guy was like, y'all twins or something? And he's like, nah, we cousins.
Yeah.
Fire. It is a fire movie. And like I said, I'm not saying this is like shit on the movie. It's a good film. It's a borderline
I appreciate
great.
the movie. I just wouldn't put it up there with like one of my faves, you know?
Yeah, and I feel the same. I think if people overly hyped it. I do want to champion it because it's a black director. You know what I'm saying? And not just only a black director, because I told y'all before, I'm not just supporting a business because it's black owned. No, but he's really doing some amazing work with that. It's a good watch. You know what I'm saying? And I would still recommend it for anybody. But it's a lot of trash ass movies coming out here. You know what I'm saying? You might as well see a good one. You know what I'm saying? It's dope. It's 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
It's long. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it is.
But it's worth it. It's worth it. And if you were going to, like, if I seen this movie before it came out in theaters, I would recommend for somebody to go see this in theaters. You know what I'm saying? It's good enough for your money. I promise you that. So however you got to see it, we'll talk about it more in depth later. But that wasn't even on the docket. You know what I'm saying? I just had to get it off my chest.
And he pretty much works with Michael B. Jordan a lot, huh?
Mm-hmm. Every movie.
Creed.
Creed.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
And
was
they did
also
the
a
one,
dope
the train one, didn't he?
Fruitvale
Yeah,
Station.
Fruitvale Station. Yep.
Yeah, Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Black Panther.
Shout out to Ryan Coogler.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, nah, he's dope. He's dope. Do you think out of all of those films, do you think this is his best film out of his own?
Creed.
You think Creed's better?
No, I was saying that he did
Creed
Creed.
one,
Oh,
two, and
yeah,
three.
yeah. I really like the Fruitvale Station too. That's fire. Black Panther's Black Panther.
Black Panther's
Yeah.
fire as hell.
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler walks around with a little picture of Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
And during a lot of the promo for this movie, he was like talking about his experience with him and how he was a great actor and he put him all on the pedestal and he loves working with him and all this stuff. And I was like, every movie he's ever made had Michael B. Jordan. Why isn't he like hyping Michael B. Jordan up like that? I mean, rest in peace, Chad. I understand that. But I feel like he did way more movies with Michael B. than he did with Chad.
Yeah, but you know how you can like separate, like Chad was like such an amazing actor. You know what I'm saying? Like a generational talent. Like Michael B. Jordan is just now I loved him in Fruitvale Station. I think he's been a dope actor for a minute, but
Does he play like the same character every time?
no. because him and Black Panther is a totally different character.
I feel like he's kind of the same angry, trying to find himself type of personality in a lot of his movies.
You seen Fruitvale Station?
I didn't.
Okay.
That was out there. That was different.
Yes. It's a true story. I highly recommend that. That's a very good movie.
I think I've seen it.
It's a very good movie.
Like,
it's the Oakland thing when
he's like trying to change his life, right? He gets into this like police altercation or something,
yeah,
right? And,
yep.
Yeah.
At the train station.
Yeah.
It's fire. It's a fire movie. So I don't think Michael B. Jordan plays the same role or whatever. He's because he's been like the good guy. Even Fruitvale Station is like the guy you cheer for or whatever. Creed, the guy you cheer for, it's Apollo Creed's son. But in the Black Panther, he was the bad guy.
I feel like,
You know what I'm saying? And in this movie, he's kind of the bad guy, but kind of the good. He's relatable. You know what I'm saying? He's relatable. He's like a back in the day street nigga. You know what I'm saying? And both characters he is. But it's a really good movie. Hopefully Javi will watch it, and I didn't give him my password for nothing. HBO Max, I didn't give Javi my
Michael
password.
B. Jordan was in Hardball.
Hardball? Oh yeah, he was. He was the little kid. Yeah, he was a little kid. He was in Hardball. Yup, and that was
Keanu Reeves
That's
and
crazy.
Bow Wow.
and that was filmed in Chicago.
Yeah. That's a classic.
Yep, that is a classic, man. Rest in peace to the Cabrini Green Projects, man.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about this potential 2027 MLB lockout, right? So basically, I'm not even gonna look at this list because I already know what to say. Basically, the contract that they're under, it ends in 2027. The owners and the players are so far away from each other to what they both want. The players want no salary cap. They want to be able to make as much money as they can. And the owners is like, no, we need a salary cap so we can keep things competitive, which I kind of agree with.
Yeah.
The thing with the MLB is if you're a great player, you're making crazy money, like more than NBA money. That MLB money is crazy if you one of the greats. Now, if you just on a nigga on the team, you not making nothing, bro.
What's like the minimum, like 100,000 or something?
I don't know, man. Maybe you can look into that. But yeah, if you just a nigga on a team, bro, them NBA niggas that's just a nigga on the team, they make more. They definitely make a lot more.
So is it like a MLB salary cap, or is it just per team that they have a salary cap? Because
The minimum for salary for a Major League Baseball player is $760,000.
that's still
What's the
pretty
minimum in NBA?
NBA, I'll take $760,000.
760.
Yeah,
That's
760 is
that's
not.
up there.
It's not bad, but
But to your point, like
Damn.
if you got a good ass team,
what's the minimum in NBA?
1 million.
You see?
Yeah.
it's just shy of
Yeah.
760.
And then the minimum salary increases with each year of experience.
So the thing about it, right? So 760, he said, right? That also depends on where you're playing at because the state taxes, they will take a whole lot of that money.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that 760 you got to pay your managers, your agents, things like that. You might walk away with 400. You know what I'm saying? Which is still good.
I'll take that.
But for the nigga on the team and you around like this guy that got 900 million.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nah.
Yeah, but that's up to the team if they can afford you, right?
What you mean?
Like the Milwaukee Brewers ain't bringing that many. The White Sox, for example, ain't bringing in that kind of ticket sales, so they ain't gonna be able to afford somebody that's making 900 million.
Yes, they can.
Why? How?
Because the owners are billionaires, Javi.
So it's the
It
owners.
doesn't matter. Look, the only I'll speak on this for like the NBA, right? And this even changed, right? Because the NBA, there's like one or two teams that are just they rely on basketball. That's their only type of source of income, right? And that was the Lakers, but the Lakers just sold for $10 billion. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers just sold. And they didn't even sell everything. They just sold their majority stake.
Yeah.
They still own like 40% of the Lakers. They sold for $10 billion, my nigga.
How can they still afford their players after that?
Look, bro, because they're billionaires.
Yeah, billion.
These motherfuckers are making millions. Like in the NBA, the top players making what 350 to 400 million, and that's in a span of 4 to 5 years. Bro, that's not making a dent in your billion. And that's the top player. Like you paying like 2-3 guys tops.
Yeah.
Like the Celtics, they got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown on max deals. They're spending like what? One got 350, one got like 300 or something like that.
Who's paying these
That's crazy, man.
guys? It's the owners?
To like want
Yes,
more
the
money.
owners. So what I'm saying is a lot of these owners, they have other businesses. That's how they made their billions to begin with.
I didn't know that the owners were the ones who were coming out their pocket to pay for these players.
Yes. Who the fuck else you thought was paying for
I
this
don't know.
shit?
I thought it
The
was like the
state?
stadium and shit.
The
stadium?
They own the
That's their
stadium.
stadium. Anything coming in through there is theirs.
Everything.
Ticket
So
sales.
Promotions,
Yeah.
all that stuff. All these companies promoting with them, all them little banners they play on the thing. All that is money just coming into
yeah.
these.
So people that buy teams, they don't really do it to make a profit. They get their profit from elsewhere. Now, are they making money through the stadium ticket sales and stuff like that? Yeah. But some teams don't. You see a lot of games where look at Memphis. Them seats be empty sometimes. Look at Miami. Them seats be empty sometimes. And they don't be staying for the whole game.
I went to a Miami game one time, and the rich part where all the expensive seats were empty, but the top part where it's cheap, those were full. So what you see on TV is like the empty seats because that's the rich people that they want to go. But they still got fans up on the fort mezzanine level.
What I'm saying is it's not enough fans, especially in Miami, to really turn that crazy of a profit when you got to pay those players at the same time too.
All right, so now that I know this, I understand the dilemma of why the owners want a cap and the players don't.
Yeah, because the players ultimately, they want to get as much as they could get out of it. But my thing is, y'all already making a lot. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a little greediness on, unless they thinking about like what is the incentive for them lower tier players? You know what I'm saying? Because if you making like 900 million, what's Shohei Ohtani making for his contract?
Ohtani?
Yeah. So Reaper looked that up because I think it like he got like a crazy number.
$700 million deal with Dodgers.
700 mil.
$68 million per year kicking in.
And Buddy next to him,
He'll receive $2 million annually during the 10-year contract, with $68 million per year kicking in after that.
Yeah.
700 million compared to the 700,000 that the other dude's making.
So since they can't they're not seeing eye to eye with that. Once the contract is over, 2027, there might be an MLB lockout. No more baseball. And people are saying like, man, the sport has been growing so much right now. It would be a bad time for them to have a lockout. And I agree with that. It is a bad time for you to have a lockout. But either the players going to do this themselves or they're going to get what they want at the end. And maybe that makes up for everything. Maybe that makes everything better. But the fans are truly the ones that are going to suffer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It happens all the time, man.
Exactly.
Y'all already making a whole lot of money, man. Like, how good you got to live?
Stop being
You're
greedy.
talking about like NBA owners. They generate revenue through a combination of game day income, media deals, sponsorships, and merchandise sales. So ticket sales, luxury seating and suites, concession and merchandise, parking, and other arena events like concerts, sporting events that are held at their stadiums.
Those 50-cent seats.
So them guys, while the season is done, they're having concerts or they have other teams that play there. It's just constant money coming in for them.
And like Steiner said, that's not their one business. They got other businesses that they're billionaires off of.
Yeah, and you could call me Dre. Enough people have called me Dre on this podcast, and they know who the fuck I am. But anyways, while we on this topic, it reminded me of something. My girl's watching this shit that I seen a lot of people on like my social media and stuff. They're watching it too. She's watching the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. I guess they got some thing
I be
on
watching
Netflix.
them too all the time.
No, they got a thing on Netflix where they're saying they're cutting people from the team and stuff. It's all dramatic and stuff like that. But then I was like, I said, like, it's crazy. Like, who got cheerleaders for football? And because I was like, I've never seen a cheerleader for the Bears ever in my life, right? I never seen a Bears cheerleader.
I thought I did in the 90s.
No, you didn't.
No.
I know
Because
the 49ers have cheerleaders, don't they? I always be watching them.
listen, so I went and investigated already. So come to find out, the Bears used to have cheerleaders, right? Until like 1985 or so with the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was probably the last time.
That was the last time. They end up cutting it because they got I guess when what's his name? The owner that passed away.
McAllen?
No, that's not his name. But the old owner, it's a mental error. But when he passed away and his kids took over, they didn't see the need. McCaskey, yeah. When he passed away, the kids, they didn't see no need for the cheerleaders no more. So they did away with them. They were called like the Honey Bears or something. I forgot what they was called.
Honey
like,
Badgers?
Honey Bears or something. Like, but we used to have one. I think the only team that never ever had cheerleaders before out of the whole NFL, because the whole NFL has had cheerleaders, and a majority of them still do have cheerleaders.
Still do.
Yeah, a lot of the teams still do have cheerleaders. The only one team that has never had cheerleaders in the NFL is the Oakland Raiders.
That's weird.
Which one? Now they're the LA Raiders?
Yeah.
Or the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
The only ones that never had cheerleaders. That's crazy. It's kind of
That's an
tricky.
odd fact.
There's a lot of teams that still do. A lot.
I never paid attention to that. I always assumed that every team had a
25
cheerleader.
teams still have cheerleading squads.
Yeah, that's pretty much every team.
While 7 teams do not have official cheerleading squads. The teams without cheerleaders are the Buffalo Bills,
Because it's cold.
Chicago Bears,
Because it's cold.
Cleveland Browns,
Cold.
Green Bay Packers,
Cold.
Los Angeles Chargers,
Can't explain
New
that.
York Giants,
Cold.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Cold. All the cold states.
Oh, and it says the New York Giants are the only current NFL franchise that has never had cheerleaders.
The Giants.
the Giants. Oh, I thought it was the Raiders. I thought it was Raiders. I'm wrong then. It was the Giants.
All right.
And maybe I did see that before, and I don't know why the Raiders popped in my mind. But
I still think it's because it's too cold to have cheerleaders in the winter.
shout out to
Yeah,
y'all
it's,
niggas.
it's mainly all the cold. No
Right.
domes, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, they're going to be all, what are you going to see? Some girls dancing with their big poofy jackets?
and like Dallas, I mean,
Sweatpants.
they suck.
I
So,
mean, it
cheerleaders-
happens because there's other cold states. Minnesota Vikings. You said they got cheerleaders,
Yeah, that wasn't on the list.
Yeah, I think so.
but they got a dome, don't they?
They got a dome.
yeah, they do.
Yeah, they got a dome. Okay, so
there you go.
Javi, did you put this Gold Cup Finals, Mexico versus USA? In the
Yeah,
thing?
y'all seen that?
Yeah, I watched it with Ethan yesterday.
Nice. That was a good ass game.
Yeah.
Who won?
Mexico.
Well, yeah, I knew that they was gonna
I
beat
was
our
glad
ass.
too because I'm sorry, but I didn't want the orange man to have something else to, you know,
Hell yeah, all those
try to brag
Mexicans.
about. I was
Man.
like, you know what?
Especially against Mexico.
Yeah, I was like, man, to see them too, you know, come into it with everything that's going on, I was like, Mexico gotta take this.
Was
That
it a
was-
slaughter or what?
No,
it was a
2-1.
good game?
2-1, yeah, good game.
That was a good game.
2-1. I mean, Mexico controlled the game most of the time.
They had the ball the whole time. They were playing good. They didn't let those Americans hold on to the ball for too long. They just kept taking it. They were
Yeah.
playing with heart. Like, there was politically motivated, that anger. I liked it.
Yeah.
But it was dope because also They have their old captain, Mexico's national team, Guillermo Ochoa.
Yeah.
He's
The nigga from Conan O'Brien? Guillermo? Oh,
no, that's
Jimmy
Jimmy,
Kimmel.
that's Jimmy Kimmel. Ochoa,
That's Jimmy
no.
Kimmel.
That's captain used to be the goalie, but he's older now, so they got a new captain. But it was dope because when they had the trophy up, they still had him. So he's still kind of on the team, just in the background, just like helping the new goalie with his reps and whatnot, and he's like supporting the team because he loves the team. So it
He
was
also
nice.
the youngest guy to win, too. In Mora, he's only 16 years old.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Beating off like Lamine Yamal and all that. So yeah, 16 years old.
Man, that's dope.
Yeah.
Man, Ethan not that far away from that.
That's what I tell him. I'm like, look at that, man. Like
8 more years.
16, man. Yeah, 8 years.
That's crazy, bro.
Crazy, you a kid out there, you know? Like,
Yeah.
still a kid, still going to high school, doing
But that's how
homework and all
Luca was, man.
Yeah.
That's how Luca was. Like, I forgot what age Luca was when he first joined the team. But he said, like, he used to have to go to school. And then from school, they would just play ball the whole time. And he moved away from home. He was in dorm rooms when he joined his team.
Yeah, because a lot of them, you know, you join those clubs.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you do school there. You know
Yup.
what I mean? It's
Yup.
like, it's a crazy schedule. Like the
Yes.
training schedule, your school schedule, you know. So it's a lot of demand from them young kids.
Yeah. And Luca caught a lot of flack when he started saying things like, he said it's a lot harder to play over there than it is to play in the NBA. He said it's a lot easier over here. And he elaborated that on LeBron James and Steve Nash podcast called Mind the Game, where he was saying, you know, just kind of rules are different over there. They play a little differently. There's no 3-second rule. So big men, they stay in the paint and man the paint the whole time. You can't go in there and get an easy bucket because now the big man got to get up out the paint.
That's a big
you know what I'm
difference
saying?
not having that
Oh,
3
for
seconds.
sure.
That
For
changes the
sure.
whole game.
Yes. Imagine Shaquille O'Neal down there
Just
and he
staying
don't
down
have
there,
to
you ain't even going into the paint.
at all. At all.
Also like 1, 2, 3. All right, he's got to come on. I'm going in.
Yeah.
Even though, man, they be slacking on a 3-second call
Oh, yeah,
sometimes. I
yeah.
seen it in the finals way too much.
Yeah.
They was just letting people just sit out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad we got out that out the way because I wanted to end on some, you know, so on a little lighter note. So Cardi B and Offset, they parted ways. You know what I'm saying? It's been rough. It's been rough for them. But, you know, Cardi B found happiness. And she found happiness in the form of an NFL football player by the name of Stephon Diggs. You know, they've been on a boat together, you know, with some pink powder. I don't know what that is.
I saw that.
You know, but
Pink powder?
Yeah, pink
He was
powder.
on a boat with a bunch of girls, and he gave him a little bag of pink powder.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't
Kool-Aid.
that? Man, what is that called? That's
Not to confuse it with Cameron's pink horsepower, because that just that just keep you active to party with your partner all night. You know what I'm saying? This pink powder was something else.
Isn't that the pink nose candy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, he had it, and but anyway, the grass isn't always greener on the other side, and there's a clip out when Stephon Diggs was on the Minnesota Vikings at the time, and they asked all the teammates, like, which player on your team, which one of your teammates would you hate to see dating your sister? And a good 99% of them said Stephon Diggs. And he's developed quite the reputation. And Cardi B still, she went with him. You know what I'm saying? She found a happiness. She found a joy. And all the girls was like, yes, queen, yes. Love to see it.
I saw he's buying her like big old beds of roses and
All type of stuff. But guess what? All of that has come to an abrupt end. Because Stephon Diggs said he had to leave Cardi B. And when they asked him why, he said, it's because her BBL stinks.
oh man,
She got a rotten BBL.
He said there's a smell to it.
That's confirming. We had that debate whether or not it smells a long time ago.
He said he couldn't get past it.
Damn.
You know, it
I wonder what that smells like. I don't want to know what it smells like because for somebody to leave somebody and me and gotta smell bad.
They take the little fat from here and put it over there,
put it
so
in
it's
the
gotta be just like rotting,
Like rotten booty. Like, oh man, that's like
damn.
to like start smelling through your skin. Like, ugh.
Yeah, that's crazy. And you know what? I haven't even went back to fact check this and really confirm it. But sometimes the lie is better than the truth. Yeah. So
That's sad.
if by any chance,
If
by any chance this isn't true and he didn't say any of this, I don't give a fuck because it's funny. And we brought it up before. Javi was questioning, does it stink? And
Now we know.
now Stefan Diggs confirmed.
I feel bad for
I
Cardi.
don't know if all of them stink. I don't know many women with BBLs personally. You know what I'm saying? And if I have seen them, it's been like a high and by situation. I haven't spent a lot of time around a BBL.
I ain't never.
Javi,
No BBLs over here.
Reeves over here trying to pull something up and shit.
I don't know, man. How does
Do
it
they stink or
It
not?
says usually like after the surgery there might be a mild odor, which is common. It's a temporary odor during the first week after surgery is generally normal and resolves with proper care. Strong odor can signal complications, but I'm pretty sure that's like during, like right after. You know what I mean? Like if there's
yeah.
Or if it's
infection or something.
Yeah.
sagging. I don't know.
But good hygiene is key. So maybe she doesn't have good hygiene. It says following proper aftercare instructions, including diligent cleaning. Got to clean that BBL. Wearing breathable clothing. And always wearing tight stuff could be the problem. And regularly washing compression garments. But yeah, again, that's like after the surgery. So if that's smelling through after, because when did she get that? Like
Years ago.
years ago, right?
Yeah, it's been a
Getting famous.
minute.
She
But
gotta
I think
do you gotta like go every
that's
so
what I'm
often
saying. You
and
gotta
like
touch it up or something, like a tattoo.
refill? Like, oh,
Pump it
you
up.
got like an expiration date on the BBL? Like, oh, your booty expired, girl.
Hey, your booty dropping.
Yeah, no.
You need to fill that thing back up. It's like you got a little signal, like when the tire pressure getting low. Hell no,
Time to
man.
get a BBL tune-up.
I don't know, but do y'all feel like that's something? If you've been dealing with a woman, right, and she got a BBL, and you just like, man, what is that smell? And then you figure out, you like, oh, it's your booty. You know what I'm saying? But then like maybe she didn't wash up today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then she come fresh out the shower, and you like,
And still
Oh, it's
stay.
still
That's
there.
gotta be bad. So she gotta smell it too.
well,
Unless she just accustomed to it, like she used to the smell.
from the thing that I read about it is like she was like, you know, embarrassed about it or whatever, and she even took a break from social media.
Is it reversible? Can you reverse a BBL?
Like suck the fat out of
Remove
it?
it?
Yeah, I think so. Like lipo, right? It would be like. But then what is it? Just a bunch of saggy skin back there?
But lipo, you taking the fat out. So you can't like reverse lipo because you putting the fat back in.
No, I'm saying, but because they're putting fat in the booty, right?
Yeah.
So then they have to kind of lipo the booty.
Yeah, to his point, she's gonna be left with like a saggy booty.
Yeah.
But at least the smell's gone.
Like an old little grape booty.
Well, I don't know
Raisin
because
booty?
the thing that I read is said Cardi B's taking a break from Instagram, from social media, and it says she got one new post on here. When was this? 4 hours ago. So I don't know.
I have seen her look a little
But
more
then the
self-conscious.
other one was June 30th. I don't know. Everything looked like the same, and she got stuff on her story.
Yeah, but she ain't showing off that butt no more.
Is she
Little
not?
flies coming
Yeah,
out.
she is. Yeah, she is. I mean, it looks nice. If it stinks, you can't. This not a scratch and sniff picture.
We don't have that technology yet.
It looked nice. It looked nice. I done seen some bad BBLs. You know what I'm saying? I done seen some. Why you do that? You know what I'm saying? I done seen some. You didn't probably cut corners. You know what I'm saying? I done seen some. You flew to the wrong island.
I think Cardi's got one of those.
What?
Her BBL, I don't like her BBL.
You don't like her BBL?
No, it looks
Looking at it, yeah, it looks kind of. It just don't look natural.
It doesn't.
Like,
Let me see. You got me scrolling. You got me scrolling.
This man's over here judging. Like, I give it a. What do you give it? 1 out of 10.
Now I'm seeing what you're saying, bro. She not really showing a BBL like that. I'm scrolling a lot more than I thought that I should be.
Yeah, she knows it was a blotched surgery, I think.
Oh, she still got stuff with Offset in here. You know what I'm saying? I don't see nothing with Stefan, so I mean, this might
right, just in case.
listen. It's still clothes on right there, but that is don't look bad.
It's a photo.
No, it's a video.
Oh.
I see what you're talking about. It don't look natural compared to like her thighs and stuff. Like maybe she got a size up too big. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't your size, Cardi. Come on.
She got the triple BBL.
What size?
The BBBBL.
Yeah, how do you pick the sizes? Is it like
It goes 1BL, a BBL, BBBL, BBBBL. Let me get that big.
Do we have? Let's do segments. We got Kid again.
All right, this is a question. So, I hear a lot of people say, like kids play too many video games these days, right? Did you play a lot? I mean, a lot of video games as a kid.
my parents wouldn't let me. I was on a strict time. From this time to this time you could play, and I tried to get it in as much as I could, but...
And like, I understand we got like phones and tablets now, but back then, I mean, we were either glued to the TV or we were at like a little corner store playing on arcades, right?
I didn't get to do too many arcades. I had a Nintendo, and I remember most of my childhood was playing Super Nintendo.
That shit sad as hell, my nigga.
Because I remember playing a lot of video games as a kid.
I had all the games, bro. All of them, bro. I had Tekken. I had, what's the other one with the skeleton guy?
Killer
Instinct. Bro, I had the Power Rangers. I had the Ninja Turtle. I had
Mortal Kombat.
every system, bro. And people,
Golden Axe.
all my friends would come to my crib and play the game. Like, I had everything. And arcades, I went to all the arcades. Actually, the elementary school I went to had a school store right across the street that was like penny candies and stuff like that, and they had arcades in it right across the street from the school. We would go and play the pinball machines and stuff, Mortal Kombat on there, like all of that. I've always played games my entire life. To this day, I still play video games.
I'm a pretty big gamer, but as a kid, my parents were like, "Say you've been playing for too long." So I can't say that I played it all the time.
I remember hearing like my parents like, "Oh, you playing too much? You playing too much?" You know, it was like,
I never heard that. My mom was just like, "Okay, he's in there and it's quiet." So
yeah. Or we went to the corner store. You know what I mean? Like we used to go to it was this little store, a little Indian guy owned. It was called White Eagle on North Avenue, right off of Carlo.
Yeah.
And I mean, you went there with your quarters, and then you hate when somebody's on your game and they got their quarters lined up on them. You're like, damn, I ain't never gonna be able to play this game.
Or you go in there, bro, and you be trying to beat the high score.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get this motherfucker today.
We saw Contra.
Yeah.
Ninja
Gaiden, bro.
Kung Fu.
Kung Fu. I remember Kung Fu.
So fire.
Ghosts and Goblins.
And you know it's funny that Javi say this, right? Because mind you, I've been around them as kids too. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, with him saying that shit was way different for his brother. Because I would go to their crib every day and we would play this game on a computer called Rocket Jockey. Like the whole fucking day, bro. We playing Rocket Jockey.
What's sad is it was a demo that came with the computer.
Oh,
so
really?
we didn't really have the game. It was just a demo.
That shit was fire, bro. I would look for that game today.
Yeah,
that game's so fucking fire.
But the thing is, growing up, we only had that one TV in the living room, so I had to like disconnect the TV and put my Nintendo on. So that's why they would kick me out.
Yeah, well, I mean, At that point, you asked for it.
Yeah.
They want to watch novellas and shit like that.
Yeah, 6 o'clock came around.
Damn, I remember Rocket Jockey.
Rocket Jockey was the
Yeah.
shit, boy. All right, Javi, we got an astonishingly odd fact or nah?
It's an astonishingly odd fact for me. I don't know. Probably a lot of people know this, but the actor from La Bamba, Lou Diamond Phillips,
Yeah.
I just found out he wasn't Mexican. He's half white, half Filipino.
Wow.
Really?
He is. Yeah, y'all didn't know that either? I thought I was
Richie?
late on that. Yeah.
Richie?
Dude from La Bamba.
Should have been you.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, for me, I don't have nothing for my segment, but I'll just say some facts too, because I already said some facts today. Selena in the Selena movie was Puerto Rican. It was Jennifer Lopez.
She wasn't Mexican?
It was Jennifer Lopez. And actually, around that time, there was a very big controversy around it because Mexicans was not trying to stand for that shit. They said, hell no, we don't want a fucking Puerto Rican playing Selena. But guess what? She played the best fucking Selena.
Yeah,
and they tried to release a fucking biopic, or is it biopic? 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 Mm-hmm. That's what I thought it was. Biopic. And they found out Hollywood was making the Selena movie, so they rushed it. You know what I'm saying? They rushed it, and they're saying that's why the biopic was ass, was because they had to rush it because Hollywood was making this film with this Puerto Rican bitch in it. That's how they say it. This Puerto Rican bitch in it.
Anything for Selena.
Shout out to J-Lo. Yeah, yes, sir. And another thing, now that I mentioned J-Lo, the song One Thing by A. Marie, never mind the fact that she had a bullshit ass Tiny Desk, right? Regardless of that. A. Marie came out with that song One Thing, right? But when she was coming out with it, I guess she was doing the reference. And when she did the reference, they was trying to toss the song over to J-Lo so she could have it, which, if you think about it, it really does sound like a J-Lo record.
Just one thing.
So she ended up just putting it out right away so they couldn't give the shit to J-Lo. And they took it off. So shout out to A. Marie for that.
Shout out to A. Marie.
You know what I'm saying? And the moral of the story is everybody hate J-Lo.
For real.
Once again, y'all, thanks for watching. This has been the Astonishingly Odd Podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube and you haven't done it so far, like, subscribe, hit the bell, send a comment or two. I see all of y'all. When we throw our little long form clips up, I see a lot of y'all in the comments hating on Chris Ill. And guess what? I love it. Keep on doing this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody hates Chris.
Keep on doing that shit. Tell your friends about it. If you listening to us in audio spaces, we're on Spotify, Stitcher, Deezer, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, all of that shit. And if you listening to us on audio spaces and you want to see what the fuck we look like, or you want to see some of the cool shit that we try to do with the edits and shit like that, or you want to see the shit pop up off the screen or whatever, then come over to motherfucking YouTube. Nigga, you got a phone in your pocket, right? You got a fucking laptop in your pocket. Just click us on. You know what I'm saying?
And we might be doing some giveaways to some of our subscribers.
Yes,
might be
sir.
picking out some random subscribers and doing some giveaways, you know, some little nice prizes and stuff.
Only to the ones that comment, though.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be in the comments, and we will touch on that. Like, we'll let y'all know prior to. We'll find a way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we're gonna have y'all in somehow, some way. Get in the comments, and then we'll do a giveaway for y'all boys. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all support us, and we want to show love for that support. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I go by the name of Astonish.
Javy.
Your boy Reap.
And we gonna catch y'all boys next week. Will we have a full podcast? Will we not? Will we have a wide angle? If Reap is here. Till next time, man. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.
The Astonishingly Odd.